Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the 1/3 men, women, and children in the order. This is Shemaya Allah with the Great Millstone chapter out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'll bring that back. This is going to be something short and quick. Just a couple of videos that I came across. I'm going to grab a couple of scriptures and I'm going to go into it, and then that'll be the video as far as the response and this last lesson. Without further ado, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 1, and it reads, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." So, speak the words of prophecy, the things that are to come. You know, the predictions of things that are to come upon the earth, upon the world, our daily lives, the things that are actually happening as we see today in our world. It says, "Which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord." He puts it in our mouth to speak to the people, to let them know of the things that are coming. It says, "And cause them to be written in paper," write them down, "for they are faithful and true." Write them down, put them in the book, the scriptures. They are faithful and true. These things will come to pass. What are some of the things that will come to pass? Well, the thing that I'm actually stay on the point. One of the things that come to pass is, Salakia, in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 16. This thing right now that has come to pass is, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Let's go back. Let's go to 17. And it reads, it says, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 17. And it reads, it says, "A man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able to." So, going back to 2nd Esdras 15, verse 1 and 2, talking about the words of prophecy. Prophecy. Things that will come to pass, to speak before. To prophesy means to speak before. So the prophets are speaking about these things to come to pass. What are the things? What are these things? Destruction, famine. As I just read, sedition amongst men. Now, to drive it home and go to the point that is to be made, what's going on now with the COVID-19 pandemic is that it is causing fear amongst the nations and also causing nations to come against each other. In China, they are discriminating against the so-called Africans who are from Guinea, who through the spirit we believe are Israelites, and by under the conditions that they're facing. But without further ado, I'm going to play this video. I'm going to go to another video showing the sedition amongst these two people, because in one country you got them discriminating and hating against them, and in another country you got them saying, "Hey, if y'all gonna do that, then we're gonna do this to y'all," you know? So without further ado, here's the video from the discrimination that's happening against the so-called Africans in China.
On April 8th, a large number of African people in the southern Chinese city Guangzhou were driven out by their landlords and had to stay on the streets. Another video shows many Africans dragging their luggage aimlessly through the streets of Guangzhou. One of them says, "We are just walking on the road. They can't give us a house, they can't give us a hotel, and they cannot provide a place we can stay." It comes after all of the cases reported by Guangzhou authorities in April were reportedly related to African people. Chinese media have only reported about testing people from abroad. They haven't talked about testing locals, so we can't rule out the possibility that many of the locals are also infected, but it's not being reported. It's led to discrimination against Africans among local Chinese.
现在是不说黑人了，现在外国人全部都不租。现在在三元里这边也没见几个黑人呢，我哪里去我也不知道。
One citizen says the Africans staying on the street are a potential safety threat and a virus transmission hazard. Guangzhou is likely going to be a catalyst that ignites southern China. Japan will spend...
The flip side, so this is in Guinea. This is Guinea. This is the so-called African response to what China has done.
On n'a pas besoin d'investisseurs qui viennent ici pour insulter les gens. Ils veulent montrer la force. Ils veulent montrer qu'ils sont forts. S'ils ne trouvent pas la solution, autorité ramène pour 5 minutes. Voilà. On prend qui est capable de faire. Nous allons aller les écouter. D'accord. Si l'autorité n'a pas de solution, nous ne laisserons pas cette occasion la passer. Nous nous prenons 10 de lui. Allez, voilà, si nous les karaté jusqu'au dernier, ils vont foutre local d'ici. On prêt. Mais on a dit, on respecte la loi. Nous allons aller écouter l'autorité. Si l'autorité n'a pas de solution, ceux-là, tous ceux-là que j'ai vus avec les gourdins là, ne dormiront pas en Guinée. Tous nous arrêtons tout le travail à Bofa jusqu'à ce que tous ceux qui font le gourdin là quittent ici. Nous respectons beaucoup l'autorité, mais on ne veut pas des gens qui viennent ici pour prendre le bois contre les Guinéens. Vraiment. Notre indépendance, on ne peut l'avoir que dans notre pays. Nous respectons beaucoup les étrangers. Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait pour comprendre les gourdins? Lui, c'est sa force là qui va vous arrêter? Non. C'est son bois là qui va vous arrêter? Non. Si on disait au travail, c'est aller chercher les bois. Allez chercher les bois et venez aussi avec les bois. Venez les attaquer avec les bois. Qu'est-ce qui allait se passer? C'est la mort. C'est la mort. C'est la mort. C'est seulement en Guinée. C'est seulement en Guinée que ça peut se passer. Tous les travailleurs, pardon, laissez-nous.
Okay, so, like I said, it was to be straight to the point. Got the 2 videos shown. One showing in China how they're discriminating against the so-called African or so-called black man, which is the social constructs that they've been using, you know, to identify our people. Which, again, not all Africans are Hamites. We do have Israelite brothers and sisters that are scattered across the world, everywhere. I mean, in China, in Africa, in America, all over the 4 corners of the earth. What China did was show that prophecy. We're living out the prophecy of sedition amongst men is coming to pass, and China, by doing what they did as far as how they started to expel these so-called Africans, and they won't let them eat at certain restaurants, and they won't let them rent out certain places, and kick them out of their homes. They got them on the streets. They're facing acts of violence. I mean, it's kind of reminiscent of the old Jim Crow of what we had to face over here in America. And then on the flip side of it, to show the sedition amongst men, and that you won't be able to Salakia. I'm gonna grab that scripture. Matter of fact, let me just stay in here. A man shall, second Esdras 15 verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's being shown how they're being kicked out of their country, how they're kicking so-called Africans out of their country, and then over on the flip side of it, the Guineans, the people from Guinea, are doing the same thing to the so-called Chinese man. And so that's proving the prophecy of sedition amongst men coming to pass. And so again, like I said, this will be quick. With that being said, I hope you're edified. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom Till again, Shalom. All praise Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash, Barakathum, the belongs to our apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the 1/3 men, women, and children in that order. Shalom.